Joy's smile is much closer to tears than laughter. A mother's arms are made of tenderness, and children sleep soundly in them. Taste is the common sense of genius. When a woman is talking to you, listen to what she says with her eyes. Change your opinions, keep to your principles, change your leaves, keep intact your roots.
A man without a woman is like a pistol without a trigger. It is the woman who makes the man go off.
I wanted to see you again, touch you, know who you were, see if I would find you identical with the ideal image of you which had remained with me, and perhaps shatter my dream with the aid of reality. Not seeing people permits us to imagine them with every perfection. If people did not love one another, I really don't see what use there would be in having any spring. The soul helps the body, and at certain moments raises it. It is the only bird that sustains its cage. There is one spectacle grander than the sea, that is the sky. There is one spectacle grander than the sky, that is the interior of the soul. Winter is on my head, but eternal spring is in my heart. It is not easy to keep silent when silence is a lie. Nobody knows like a woman how to say things that are both sweet and profound. Sweetness and depth, this is all of woman, this is heaven. There is something more terrible than a hell of suffering, a hell of boredom. I have been loving you a little more every minute since this morning.
Love is the foolishness of man, and the wisdom of God.
There is always more misery among the lower classes than there is humanity in the higher. An intelligent hell would be better than a stupid paradise. The pupil dilates in darkness and in the end finds light, just as the soul dilates in misfortune and in the end finds God. The future has several names. For the weak, it is impossible; for the faint-hearted, it is unknown; but for the valiant, it is ideal. Nothing makes a man so adventurous as an empty pocket. There is nothing like a dream to create the future. You who suffer because you love, love still more. To die of love, is to live by it. Certain thoughts are prayers. There are moments when, whatever be the attitude of the body, the soul is on its knees. Reason is intelligence taking exercise. Imagination is intelligence with an erection. If I speak, I am condemned. If I stay silent, I am damned. To learn to read is to light a fire. Every syllable that is spelled out is a spark. To love or have loved, that is enough. Ask nothing further. There is no other pearl to be found in the dark folds of life. Laughter is sunshine, it chases winter from the human face. The greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved, loved for ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. Have courage for the great sorrows of life and patience for the small ones, and when you have laboriously accomplished your daily task, go to sleep in peace. God is awake. Not being heard is no reason for silence. Love is like a tree, it grows by itself, roots itself deeply in our being and continues to flourish over a heart in ruin. The inexplicable fact is that the blinder it is, the more tenacious it is. It is never stronger than when it is completely unreasonable. It is nothing to die. It is frightful not to live. The power of a glance has been so much abused in love stories, that it has come to be disbelieved in. Few people dare now to say that two beings have fallen in love because they have looked at each other. Yet it is in this way that love begins, and in this way only. To put everything in balance is good, to put everything in harmony is better. To love another person is to see the face of God. What is love? I have met in the streets a very poor young man who was in love. His hat was old, his coat worn, the water passed through his shoes and the stars through his soul. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. He never went out without a book under his arm, and he often came back with two. Music expresses that which cannot be put into words and that which cannot remain silent. A man is not idle because he is absorbed in thought. There is visible labor and there is invisible labor.